Anna filled a glass with wine and switched on the television. The familiar voices of her favorite show characters breaking the stillness of the room. Suddenly, Theo, her son, complained. "Mom, my back is really itchy." As he lifted his shirt, Anna jumped slightly. Startled. "Oh my goodness. Theo. You caught me off guard," she exclaimed, noticing him by her side. "It's starting to hurt." "Mom," he moaned. "Can you check if it's getting worse?" "I told you not to scratch it," Anna responded, glancing at him and then taking another sip of her wine. "It's a common thing for kids your age. You'll be okay." "But Mom, it's really bothering me," he persisted, prompting Anna to sigh and finally turn to examine his back more closely. She saw that the pimple had grown larger and redder, despite her initial assessment. A closer inspection and a touch to the swollen spot made her recoil. "Did that just move?" she gasped in shock. "What? What's wrong?" Theo asked nervously. "Nothing to worry about, honey," she reassured him, though her tone was uncertain. "Are you feeling all right?" Checking his forehead, Anna noted it was hot. Theo had a fever. "Look, Theo," she said, turning him to face her. "Don't fret. The pimple might have grown due to an infection. We need to see a doctor immediately." She swiftly arranged for an urgent doctor's visit. In the car, Theo glanced at Anna's anxious expression. He felt it was time to confess something he had initially withheld, aware that it might upset her. Anna watched him in silence, her heart heavy with concern for her son. Anna was perplexed that a simple pimple could drain her son of so much energy, causing him to miss his beloved after-school sports. It was unlike Theo to forego these activities unless he was seriously ill, which greatly alarmed her. "Doctor, I'm at a loss here. Will he be okay?" she asked anxiously. Pausing for a moment, Dr. Rowe explained. "Actually, Anna, this might indicate a potential illness. It's possible Theo was exposed to someone else who might be dealing with a similar condition. We should wait for the test results. But there could be another explanation." Dr. Rowe then glanced at Theo and suggested, "Theo, could you give us a moment alone? Maybe wait outside?" Theo silently agreed and stood to leave. As he walked towards the door, Dr. Rowe was about to address Anna privately when suddenly, Anna cried out in panic. "Oh God. Theo." She rushed over as her son collapsed, cradling his head in her lap, his face unresponsive and feverish. Dr. Rowe recommended that Theo be admitted to the hospital immediately, heightening Anna's fears. "What's happening to my son? Why did he pass out like that?" Anna implored, her voice breaking as she watched Theo through the hospital ward's round window. "Theo's immune system is compromised, which weakens his ability to fend off infections," Dr. Rowe detailed. "We'll know more after the results are in." He hesitated, then continued, "I have no easy way to say this, and it's tough for any parent to consider. But we need to know, could Theo possibly be involved in any substance abuse?" Stunned, Anna covered her mouth with her hand, overwhelmed by shock. Theo would never engage in such behavior. "Doctor, I understand my son well," Anna asserted, her voice firm yet anxious. I'm merely drawing conclusions based on what I've observed. The doctor responded carefully. Having been Theo's physician for years, Theo is generally in good health, though his immune system isn't the strongest. As we discussed earlier, he's no longer just a little boy. He's at an age where it's easy to fall in with the wrong crowd and lose his way. We must identify what's really going on with him. Disturbed by the conversation, Anna drove home in a fog of worry. Upon arriving, she mechanically hung up her coat and ascended the stairs to Theo's immaculately kept room, a habit she had instilled in him. How could her obedient son, who had always followed her guidance, be involved with something as dangerous as drugs? Yet doubt gnawed at her, compelling her to verify her fears. She scoured his closet, rifled through his drawers, and peered under his bed, finding nothing incriminating. However, her gaze soon fell upon Theo's backpack. With trepidation, she unzipped it and felt a shiver as she discovered a metal box among a small stack of dollar bills and what appeared to be an access badge. Typing the address from the badge into Google Maps revealed a location on the town's western side. He's not employed. So what could this possibly mean, she pondered. Determination setting in. I need to uncover the truth behind your actions, Theo. I won't let you ruin your future, she resolved, seizing her car keys and hurrying out. As she navigated toward the address given by the GPS, Anna clung to the hope that her son was not entangled in anything unlawful. You've arrived at your destination, announced the GPS abruptly, pulling her back to the present. Looking through her car window, she saw an imposing old warehouse, its brickwork weathered and paint faded, looming ominously before her. Anna observed individuals transporting crates through the main entrance of the building, her heart racing with the suspicion that it might be a hotspot for illicit drug activities. Determined to uncover the truth about the activities inside and the involvement of children like her son Theo, she discreetly made her way to the rear entrance and slipped inside, concealing herself behind a large stack of crates near the door. The air inside carried a sweet, fruity scent, reminiscent of the fruit aisle at her local supermarket. As she took a cautious look around, Anna noticed neatly arranged boxes labeled with fruit tags in one corner, some of which were open to display fresh peaches, shiny apples, and juicy strawberries. A conveyor belt moved crates from one area to another, confirming that she was in a fruit warehouse. Suddenly, a voice interrupted her thoughts, causing her to turn around and face a stocky man with his hands on his hips. I'm sorry for entering unannounced, she stammered. But I'm here because of my son. The man was skeptical, replying, I don't believe that story, lady. You wouldn't just wander in here for that reason. Are you leaving? Or do I need to escort you out? Please, just hear me out. It really is about my son, Theo, Anna implored. He might work here. Or perhaps he's helping a friend. He's very ill, and I feared he might be involved in drugs. Everything started to go awry from that point, when Theo's mother, Anna, was abruptly interrupted by the man. He greeted her with a warm smile. You're Theo's mother, aren't you? Yes. I know him quite well, he said apologetically to Mrs. Wilson. He's a great kid. Very diligent. Actually, he's been working here part-time, Did you just say something about drugs? What seems to be the problem? Anna replied, visibly distressed. Theo is terribly ill. And I can't figure out what it is. The doctor suggested he might be using drugs. When I found a work badge in his bag, I panicked, thinking he was involved in something dreadful. Chuckling, the man reassured her. Mrs. Wilson, you have no reason to worry about Theo. He doesn't smoke or drink. Unlike some folks around here. He joined this job because he wanted to help you out financially. He's got a big heart. Covering her mouth in shock and realizing her error, Anna apologized. I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding. I'll be on my way now. Wait. Mrs. Wilson. Please follow me. The man insisted as he led her to where Theo worked, showing her how he organized the fruit crates. Handing her a box of fruit, he added, take this to Theo. I hope he recovers soon. Grateful, Anna thanked him and left the warehouse. As she got into her car, her phone rang. It was Dr. Rose. Anna. I've got some concerning news. Theo's liver function is deteriorating. My God. What is happening to my son? Anna responded, her voice filled with worry. We need more test results to understand fully. But for now, it's best Theo stays hospitalized. Dr. Rose explained. Overwhelmed with concern, Anna declared, I'm on my way to the hospital right now. We'll talk more there. Seething with anger, Anna abruptly ended the call and sat brooding in her car, recalling Theo's terrified claims about the fortune teller's curse. She considered that if Theo's problems were health-related, the doctors would have diagnosed them by now. Yet, he wasn't using drugs. And Dr. Rowe was baffled by his condition. It must be the curse from that fortune teller. She has harmed my son, Anna concluded. Gripping the steering wheel firmly, she drove swiftly to the hospital. Upon arrival, she stormed into Dr. Rowe's office. You must release Theo immediately, she insisted, prompting Dr. Rowe to stand. Anna. It's critical that we keep him here for further observation. We're still unsure of the cause, Dr. Rowe explained. Anna, overwhelmed and tearful, shouted back. You'll never understand because it's beyond the scope of your medicine. He might even be possessed. For all we know. I can't watch him deteriorate like this. He's under a curse. And only the fortune teller can reverse it. I can't bear the thought of losing him. Sobbing, she collapsed emotionally. But when Dr. Rowe offered a comforting hand, she sharply pulled away. Don't start with the superstitions, Anna, he cautioned. Please. Take a moment to consider the facts. The bump hasn't moved. You might be misremembering its location. Discharging Theo now is a risk. He's too weak. Let's wait for all the test results. I believe we're close to uncovering the issue, Dr. Rowe urged, trying to reason with her distraught state. Anna implored Dr. Rowe, her voice thick with emotion. I will do whatever it takes to heal my son. And I truly believe that woman has the power to cure him. You have no right to keep my son here without my consent. Her voice was firm, tears streaking her face as she added, if I instruct you to release him, You must comply. Are you prepared for me to explore other options? I may be a single mother, but I am far from weak. Dr. Rowe, shaking his head, responded. Anna. I can discharge Theo if you insist. But please reconsider. I can prepare the discharge papers immediately. Though like you, my priority is Theo's well-being. Then let him go so I can ensure he gets the care he needs. Anna insisted, leaving Dr. Rowe no alternative. As Anna drove home, she fought back tears, keeping a brave face for Theo, who lay weakly on the back seat. Mom, he whispered weakly. What did Dr. Rowe say? You're going to be okay, darling. Anna reassured him, managing a smile through the rearview mirror. The doctors couldn't pinpoint the issue, so I'm taking you to someone who can help. Just rest, Theo. Everything will be fine. Upon arriving at the fortune teller's house, Anna assisted Theo out of the car. She paused before knocking, eyeing the odd floral paint and the yard adorned with peculiar herbs and plants. Mom, Theo murmured. This is her place? You told me to stay clear of her. She might be the key to helping us. Sweetheart, I would do absolutely anything to see you healthy again, Anna said, assessing the woman, noticing her adorned with various gemstones, bracelets, and necklaces, each decorated with an unusual crystal. With her head wrapped in a bandana, the woman introduced herself as Theo's mother. Anna. My son is unwell. And he mentioned that last week. Anna started, but the woman interrupted her with a raised hand. I warned you this would happen. The boy, she said, eyes locked on Theo, is cursed because of me. You must deal with the consequences now. As the woman began to shut her door, Anna quickly intervened. Please. We apologize for whatever happened. Theo won't repeat it. Only you can cure him. I can't bear to lose him. He's everything to me. She pleaded. A smirk formed on the woman's face. What lengths are you willing to go to save him? She questioned. I'll do whatever you ask. And don't worry about the money. Anna responded desperately. The woman nodded thoughtfully. Come in. But remember, don't touch anything, she instructed as she opened the door wider for Theo and Anna. Holding Theo close, Anna entered a dimly lit room where candlelight cast flickering shadows against the walls. Tapestries displaying astrological and tarot imagery adorned the walls, while shelves held crystal balls of varying sizes. At the heart of the room stood a round table, draped in a cloth embroidered with mystical symbols, and laid with a crystal ball and neatly arranged tarot cards. Where is it? Anna inquired anxiously. The woman paused, turned, and directed. Have him sit over there. Pointing towards a sofa. Anna shared her entire ordeal with the woman, including her prior visit to the hospital. You should have brought him here sooner. You fool. The woman scolded as she examined Theo. She placed her hand on his forehead, closed her eyes, and murmured a chant under her breath. He needs this, she declared. Only this potion can cure him. She then turned to Anna, her voice stern. It's $10,000. Pay up. And your son lives. Otherwise, He dies. Anna paused. $10,000 was a huge sum. Barely more than what she had in her savings. But Theo's life was priceless. I agree. Please treat my son. She responded urgently. The woman nodded and retreated inside. Meanwhile, Anna noticed her standing by a cauldron in the kitchen. The old healer stirred the pot, chanting age-old spells, and occasionally paused to close her eyes and whisper incantations. After a tense wait, the woman emerged with a wooden bowl filled with a mysterious potion. What exactly is that? Anna inquired as the woman tilted Theo's head back to administer the potion. Shh! The woman snapped back, her irritation clear. Your son will be fine. This will heal him. Wait a while, and you will see the improvement, the woman assured her. Thank you, Anna replied, filled with a mix of hope and anxiety. Theo contracted malaria from these fruits. Anna handed over $3,000 she had taken out of the bank that morning to the fortune teller, promising to pay the remaining amount the next day as she didn't have enough cash on her at the moment. Remember, we're neighbors, and misleading me could harm your son's recovery, she cautioned. Seated next to Theo, Anna grasped his hands tightly as the potion began to work. Several hours later, his condition had improved significantly. Much to Anna's relief, his fever had dissipated, and he no longer appeared ill. Overjoyed, Anna exclaimed, "Oh, Theo. She really came through for us. Look at you. All better." She planted a kiss on his forehead as he awakened. Stretching. Theo smiled at his mother and said, "Yeah, Mom. I feel better finally." After promising to complete the payment, Anna drove to the hospital to confront Dr. Rowe. Bursting into his office, she declared, "You told me not to fall for superstitions. But I'm glad I didn't listen. Otherwise, you'd still have my son here, draining our funds." Confused, Dr. Rowe urged her to calm down. "Anna, what are you talking about? Your son is getting better?" "Yes. Thanks to the woman who gave him that magic potion. If I'd left him here, he wouldn't have recovered," Anna replied. Dr. Rowe, leaning back, skeptically inquired if the healer had diagnosed Theo. "It doesn't matter. He's better now," Anna responded. Dr. Rowe then recalled the day Anna had brought a fruit basket to the hospital. "Where did you get that fruit basket?" he asked. Anna explained it was from a fruit warehouse where Theo had worked part-time. "Let me see that basket," Dr. Rowe requested. Upon examining a marula fruit from the basket, he explained, "This fruit is common in Africa and can harbor malaria-carrying mosquitoes due to its moisture content. It's possible that's how Theo got sick. The contamination was present in the fruit all the way to the warehouse, leading to Theo's infection. He was battling malaria. You left the basket here. And after some testing, we concluded this," explained Dr. Rowe. "Malaria's incubation period is 7 to 14 days. Which is why you didn't notice symptoms sooner." Anna, skeptical, questioned how Theo improved overnight after taking a potion. "While I can't confirm its effectiveness, you claim it helped. Do you know what was in it?" Dr. Rowe inquired. "Not everything. But it included bromides. Dog nettle. Possibly cinchona bark. And valerian root. Anna replied. Dr. Rowe, with a smile, informed her. It turns out your mysterious potion maker might have accidentally treated Theo's malaria with the cinchona bark. However, this is just a temporary fix. And I urge you to bring Theo back for proper treatment. Anna, distrustful, responded. No way. I won't be deceived again. You've lost our trust. She stormed out of the hospital and slammed her car door as she got in. As she started the car, she vented. They think they can keep deceiving me. Anne vowed never to return to Dr. Rowe. Looking at Theo in the rearview mirror, she noticed his eyes were closed. And he appeared to be asleep, leaving Anna feeling uneasy. Anna placed her hand on Theo's forehead and felt the heat of his fever. Theo. Oh God. Are you all right? She inquired as the boy shifted weakly. I just want to sleep. Mom. I don't feel good. Theo murmured. It dawned on Anna that Dr. Rowe's diagnosis had been accurate. Theo was ill once more. He ended up spending several weeks in the hospital before finally coming home. Upon their return, Anna noticed Theo's ball in the garden. In a fit of anger, she threw it towards the fortune teller's yard, narrowly missing the old woman's window. Mom. What are you doing? Theo inquired. The fortune teller's door slowly opened, and she stepped out onto her porch. Haven't you learned your lesson? I'm still waiting for my payment. You'll regret this. She warned. Anna snapped back. Don't get ahead of yourself. Old woman. Your herbal concoctions barely touched the surface of his symptoms, whereas the doctors actually cured my son. And for that, you demanded $3,000 for your ineffective potion? With that, Anna pulled out a book from her bag, strode over, and thrust it at the fortune teller. We brought you this, she declared. It's a fascinating read that demolishes your whole psychic act. Perhaps you'll find it enlightening. After watching the story above, do you have any thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. If you enjoyed our video, please like, subscribe, and share our channel. That's all about today's stories. See you next time.